Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the stripping is done, I'll take my leave and go. Ahoy, meteos. Welcome to Rogue Mother Rising. Today is February 19th, 2026, 3:01 a.m. Pirate time. I got a letter back from Caprice. I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. And I'm going to read you some stuff, and I'm going to go over some of my concerns. Okay. Hello, Mrs. ... I appreciate your email. State Medicaid agencies retain the responsibility for ensuring the health and welfare of Medicaid recipients enrolled in home and community-based service programs, like the one providing services to Oregon Medicaid beneficiaries with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Those responsibilities are in the Social Security Act at Section 1915K, 3D, III, and in federal regulations at 42 CFR 441.585A2. Thank you, Caprice. More laws. They just want me to look up all the laws. I'm going to be a lawyer by the time I'm done with this, I swear. So, I don't really know how to get that thing to go away. I just keep clicking stuff and eventually it goes. There we go. Okay. So I asked Google AI this time. I said, I am concerned that there was no pause to consider the people that this money is being spent on. And all the laws I've been told through my son's whole life are that they are there to protect his safety and well-being. And I don't know if I should feel this way, but I feel like the Fed should have lifted their head, looked around, see who was talked about, and not just this is the law, it's the state's responsibility. Where's the real protection? So that's what I asked. I mean, they did put in there intellectual and developmental disability, but do they not think about, oh, intellectual and developmental disability and strip club girls and strip club guys? That is not safe. So here's what AI said, and I think it's pretty good. It's completely understandable to feel that way. When parents spend a lifetime navigating complex laws to protect a child's safety, hearing that those same laws can be used to justify something as high risk as a monthly trip to a strip club feels like a failure of the system. The real protection is supposed to come from the federal health and welfare. The real protection is supposed to come from the federal health and welfare assurances. The promise that the government won't just push paper, but actually step in if a state is failing to protect its citizens. The federal backstop, health and welfare assurances. Under 42 CFR 441.302, the federal government, CMS, is legally prohibited from giving a state any Medicaid money unless the state provides satisfactory assurances that it has taken the necessary safeguards to protect the health and welfare of the individuals. The federal rule. CMS is not supposed to be just a rubber stamp. They are the oversight body that can terminate a state's entire program if they find that a state's safeguards are only on paper and not actually protecting people from exploitation. The state's duty. Your state's Medicaid agency, like the Oregon Department of Human Resources, Oregon Department of Human Services, is legally responsible for certifying that every single provider meets safety standards. Protection and Advocacy, P&A system. These are federally funded legal groups in every state that are required by law to investigate any report of abuse or exploitation of people with disabilities. They have the legal authority to walk into any facility and demand to see records. You can find your state's P&A through the National Disability Rights Network. I'm guessing that's Disability Rights Oregon. They told me to go kick rocks. That's why I'm doing this, because all the places that I called were not helpful. They made everything worse. Everything. Okay. Protection against dignity of risk versus exploitation. While the law emphasizes dignity of risk, the right to make choices, federal rules also mandate freedom from coercion and exploitation. If a care provider is taking a group of IDD clients to a strip club monthly, a federal auditor would likely ask, is this truly the individual choice of every person in that group, or is it a group activity for the convenience of the provider? Okay. Was there a real risk assessment, or was it just a paper exercise? If you believe the safety safeguards are being ignored, the most direct path to a real protection is usually a formal complaint to your state's P&A agency or the HHS-OIG. I believe I've done all that. That's why we're here today on my ship. So that's about it for today. I just wanted to give you a quick update on my first response from the feds, and I have not heard back from my state yet. It's going to take him a while to figure out what he's going to tell me. So anyways, we set sail at dawn. Have a nice day, everybody. Ahoy! Raise the sails. Bye, Medios.